Hi, welcome back to another Q&A video, the second one we've ever done. Wow, wow. It's amazing. It's amazing how there's always questions that are coming. But then there's also certain things that I feel need to be addressed and answered, in which case I'll probably pop them in these as well. To start us off, I'd like to say, first of all, we're almost at 30,000 on Nate at Night. It's amazing. It's staggering. A deal has been made at 30,000. When I hit 30,000, I'm gonna do Roblox. I'm not looking super forward to it, but I'm also not looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Because I've had quite a few good recommendations of games on Roblox to play, like horror ones as well, which is definitely up my street. So that'll be quite fun. I think a couple of silly ones as well. But that the way I see it, it's just a fun way to give back to the community. It gives people what they want, and if I'm honest with you, I'm kind of looking forward to it. You guys have great recommendations. There's always been a lot of really good feedback and stuff that comes from you. So you know what? I'm actually kind of excited. But that's the deal. 30,000. We'll do a live stream. We'll do a proper thing about it. I'll have to decide whether it's on Nate at Night or whether it's on Nate Dog, because it is a game. I don't know. Let me know what you think, because I don't mind putting it on Nate at Night. That's not a problem for me. Anyway, and then we're over 100 on Nate Dog, the gaming channel. It's fantastic. If you like games and silly things and stuff like that, it's more over there. There might be a link in the description. I can't guarantee I'll remember to put it there, though. I'm really sorry. But if you go on the Nate at Night homepage, like the channel page, and go right to the bottom, it's on there. Okay, moving on. So compilations. We've just had the December 2023 compilation go out, which is literally just it's a big long video of all the stories that were covered in December. And there's no funny ads. Well, there's typical YouTube ads, but there's no like sponsorship or anything else in these kind of compilations. They're going to be solely focused on telling the stories, my little reactions. That's it. So it's a great way for people, since it's been heavily requested, it's a great way for people to be able to fall asleep to, or if they want like cool stories in the background while maybe they're doing some work, some drawing, maybe they're traveling or whatever. This has been a heavily requested thing, and I figured it was high time to finally do it. So yeah, the December one's out. The one for April, this month right now, that's going to come out on the 30th of April. The plan going forward is at the end of every month, the compilation for said month will go out. But as summer rolls up, the story frequency will kind of shorten, as now I'm kind of trying to transition into doing more than just stories. We want to be able to kind of, I'm going to try to work on other projects as well to try to just expand our horizons and see what else we can draw in and have a good little time. You know what I mean? But every week from now, I'm going to try to release another compilation of the backlog, so we kind of get us caught up. You know what I mean? So it's probably like 4 months, I think. So for like a month straight, you'll be getting more compilations, and then it will slow down after that naturally. Yeah, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and talk about merchandise. I'm currently wearing the shirt at the moment. I don't want to move the lavalier mic though, so I'm wearing it right now. My polo. I've also got a t-shirt. Just some samples, But yeah, I'm very pleased with the quality. I'm very pleased with the design. It's all turned out really, really well. So the online merch store where you can buy merchandise, and myself, because I also have to buy the merchandise, is going to be live on May the 1st at 11 a.m. BST. I'll probably pop up a couple of different time zone chart things here or something, just to kind of give you an idea. If you don't know what your time zone is, which is a common occurrence, weirdly enough, just go to Google and type in, what is my time zone? And usually, based on location, it will tell you. And then from there, you can relate to the chart. Or you can always just go, what is 11 a.m. BST in my time zone? And that'll tell you too. The more you know, the more you know. But yes, that's exciting. I'm very excited about that. I'll put it out on my socials and Discord and crap like that when it launches, so everybody's kind of aware as well, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, so that's great. I'm really looking forward to how that goes. For now, it's just kind of got the two designs. It's the simple logo in black or white. Certain things can be bought in the one color but not in the other, etc., etc. I'll eventually come up with other designs as well, but for the time being, figured we had to start somewhere, right? And I thought it was a good idea. Let's see what's next on the agenda. Okay, so on May the 4th, this upcoming Saturday, there will not be a live stream. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in Spain. So my equipment can't really do a live stream of watching stuff and playing stuff. Can't really do it. I'm really sorry. There will be a live stream the following week on May the 11th. As of right now, so long as nothing changes, that's still going forward. Happy days. Just thought I'd let you know in case you didn't see the updates and you're here instead. But there'll be a post about it as well. Let's see. Right, time to get to the Q&A, the actual questions. We'll start with the ones from my last video. Let's see. I did have a couple on here. So Rex the Second asks, if another Q&A, here's mine. What is your favorite Weird Birds character? I mean, obviously, it's stereotypically got to be Mikey. He's just a good boy. He's just a good, happy boy. He shared his fish. That's beautiful. If an animal shares food with you, that's a sign of affection if I've ever seen one. That's beautiful. Mikey's the best boy, okay? He is the best boy. I mean, there's not exactly a lot of other characters that you can kind of bond to in the series either at the moment. So Mikey's definitely the best one. Mikey, 100%. Mikey Stan. I think that's what you say. Let's see. What else we got? Let's see. There's not on that one. Oh my god. Stop it. Stop it, YouTube. Here we go. Masige asks, most important question, what is your favorite meme? Now, I've always struggled with picking a favorite of things. Some things I can, but for the most part, I can't pick a favorite because there's just so many different things that I like, and they all kind of rank really highly for me, and it's hard to pick just one. So I'll go ahead and just pop up a little selection of some of my favorite memes. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed those. There's probably more than those. It's just what I could quickly think of on the top of my head. Let's see. Banana Man, our ever favorite OG Banana Man, asks, where did you and Space Pants meet? You guys fit each other so well. Thank you, Banana Man. That's very kind of you to say. So, technically, we first met back in high school. This would have been 2009 or 2010. Long time ago, back when I was still a teenager, and she as well. But yeah, we were taking a history class together. I don't remember all the other details about the class, but yeah, I remember. I think she used to sit either behind me or near me. I remember that, but it was like a little group of us that would talk and stuff. Yeah, that's where I first met her. But it wasn't until at least 10 years later that we really started, like, well, was it 10 years later? I don't know, maybe like 5 years later. I don't remember the exact time, but I remember years after high school, we properly met up again, hung out for a little bit, kind of realized we liked each other. But then, yet again, it wasn't until even years later, like more recently, the past 2 years, let's say, when she and I actually really started talking and connecting and kind of, really developing our feelings from there. And yeah, before we knew it, it became a relationship. And it's been a pretty fun one so far. I'm really enjoying it. Really, really healthy. I feel really good about it. Yeah. That's a good question. Thank you, Banana Man. Let me see. I think I've got some in the Discord as well, because the easiest way to ask questions for this Q&A, I have, if you join our Discord server, which is Nate Dogg's Horror Lounge, I'll have a link in the description naturally. I've got a forum, and in that forum there is a specific one called Questions for Q&A video. You can literally just pop questions in there. Keeps it really simple for me anyway. Let's see. Timby asks, what is your favorite type of horror movie? What horror movie would be your favorite? Ooh, it's kind of a double question. So let me take a bit of time here. So, what is my favorite type of horror movie? Oh God. I mean, although I like the creature horror, like the real simple, pure horror, which is usually like, oh, there's a creature or an entity or a person who is killing things, say like in The Thing or in Nightmare on Elm Street, Alien, for example. Uh, yeah, things like that. I do really enjoy those because they're pure and simple. There is a bad thing. It kills people. That is the scary situation. Can they survive or can they defeat it, etc., etc. I've always enjoyed those because the plot's really simple to follow. It's usually really fun, and then they're allowed to get really creative with it, unless you end up making like a million of the movies, and then it's hard to come up with fresh ideas. Cough cough. Jason franchise. Cough cough. Um, not to say all the Jason movies are bad. Some of them are really good. Um, but then I also like psychological horror, like say The Shining, for example. Yet again, it still kind of has an antagonist, but he's not exactly an antagonist from the get go. He like develops into it based on the psychological situations that they're in. Or another really good one is it's not exactly a horror, but I guess in a way it's kind of a horror. Is Shutter Island? That's a really good one with Leo DiCaprio. Ah, God, I know there's tons more off the top of my head, but they're not coming to me. They're not coming to me. That coffee has not kicked in yet. Other good psychological horrors. There's tons. There really, really are. Yet again, I don't know if I call this a horror, but in a way, it actually is horrifying. Is Last Night in Soho? It's more. It's definitely psychological. It's I think it's got elements of horror. I don't think it's meant to be a proper horror. It's probably more of like a thriller in a way. But it's definitely got elements of horror which make it really, really good. It's also got a little bit of fun music and stuff like that. Really good cast, really well done. Yeah, those are the quick ones off the top of my head that for some reason are coming to me. I can't think of any others, but there are definitely tons. But I'd say those are my favorite kinds. So either the classic kind of creature horror or psychological horror. Those are definitely my favorites. Not to say I don't like the other horror types as well. I mean, there's probably a level of variety, but usually it falls into one of those two categories. They're like the big ones. You know what I mean? And then, what horror movie would be my favorite? Ooh, there are a lot of good ones. There are a lot of good ones. I think Alien, the first one, is probably one of my top ones. Um, so I'd say at the moment I would class that as my favorite, even though I don't like classing favorites. I like having multiple top favorites. But I'd say Alien is probably going to take that top spot. The classic Alien. It's a really, really good film. Sigourney Weaver. I think it was directed by Ridley Scott, if I remember exactly right. But you got this awesome crew in space on like a space station. I think they're like finishing up a mission or something like that. I don't exactly remember the details, but basically one of the crew members gets infected in a way, but not like a typical infection. Like, oh no, I've got like an alien virus or something. No, like he gets like a creature attaches to him basically, and it impregnates him in a demented way, really. And at one point, they realize, oh, okay, maybe he's fine. He seems normal. The creature off his face has died. They don't know what the creature has done. They don't know that anything is amiss. And then they're all having like lunch and stuff, and a little creature bursts out of his chest and stuff, and ends up growing into this massive xenomorph. Kills the crew and stuff. It's really, really good. Really, really good. The Thing is also another good film. That's horror that I really like. That's another good classic one. Cabin in the Woods. That's a pretty good one as well. But it's also like taking the piss out of the horror tropes, because it's just got like a lot of creatures in it, and it's really good if you haven't seen it. Really funny, but also really. I mean, I'm not gonna say really horror. It's got a level of horror to it. And The Shining, yet again, is another one that's probably a top one. So I'd say those are probably some of the top ones right there. If you haven't seen those, highly, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Ooh, God, they just came to me. Sinister. Sinister is a phenomenal horror film. Not going to spoil anything about that. That's a really good one. Bagul is all I'm going to say. Sinister, fantastic film. Insidious is good as well. The first few are really good. I think it's still kind of going, but I don't think I've seen the last one that's come out. I think it is on Netflix, so I need to do that. The Conjuring is also top-notch, fantastic. The first two are, they're beautiful, really, really good. Yeah, that's just kind of a quick list off the top of my head. That are some of my favorites. That was a really good question, Timby. Really good. Let's see. Ginger Radio asks, favorite animated movie? Ooh. God, that's tricky. That's real tricky. Favorite animated movie? There are certainly a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. I'd say probably one of my top, if not the top, is probably Treasure Planet. Awesome. Pirates in the future in space. Awesome. What's more to say? What's more to say? Classic animation. Awesome stuff. There's a lot of good Disney ones as well that are fine, and Pixar and stuff like Up. Up is a really, really good one. Elemental, I saw maybe not even a year ago, and that one's quite good. I gotta say that one's quite good. Me and Jenny really enjoyed that. I know there's more. I know there's more that I really like. That's a problem. It's not easy for me to immediately off the top of my head remember things. I feel like I should have written some stuff down. I've written a couple of things down, but I haven't written any of these things down, which that's on me. That's shooting myself in the foot. But yeah, I'll probably go with those for now. But Treasure Planet for sure. It's really up there. Really, really up there. Great film. Great animated film. Great question. Next up, we have by Abrion. What font do you think best represents you? There's a couple of fonts that I like and that I use. In the early days of YouTube, we're talking years back, I think I used to use Impact a lot. That was all right. There's also Creepster I used a little bit, but these are for Badland Boys and stuff. But then when it comes to more recently, I like Ink Free. I also have recently started using Rackass, which I really like because the name is silly, but also the style is really good. So if you see any of my shorts that go out, it usually uses Rackass as the font. I quite like that. But I would like to find a nice cursive font as well. I haven't quite found one that really suits me, but because I've got another design that I want to potentially make some very specific merch for, and I need a very good looking cursive font so I can make that happen. Because there's these kind of varsity looking jackets that I can choose from, and I'd like to get Nate at Night printed on that. I think that'd look really cool, in a nice cursive, or even just Nate. I think that'd be really nice. Yeah, there's a couple of fonts. That are really good. But best represents me, I suppose Rackass is probably it. Either that or whenever I do find a good cursive, that might be good too. But Rackass is probably at the moment the one that represents me. I would probably say. All very good questions. Yeah, I think that's all the questions I've found so far. But yeah, so future questions. Join the Discord. You can go to the forum, and then there's a specific forum post called Questions for Q&A Video. Just pop them in there. Keeps it real simple for me, and we'll be able to keep doing these. If questions keep coming fast and hard, then I'll probably end up doing one of these a month. You know what I mean? No problem. I know I'll be doing a monthly vlog anyway. Maybe they'll end up merging. Not entirely sure yet. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this. If you don't have Discord or you want other ways to do it, you can. I do have an email where the business inquiries go. You can always send it there. Send any of your questions there. You can send me stories. You can send me all kinds of stuff to the email. That's absolutely fine. I check that every day as well. Maybe there's a certain thing you'd like to request me to do. Or maybe you need a narrator yourself. You need a voice actor like me to maybe help you with some stories or something like that. Or maybe a game or something. You can always ask. Send me an email. Never hurts. Never hurts. Thank you all so much. This has been a lot of fun as always. This has been your boy Nate at Night. And we will see you for whatever's next. Take care.